खरीदिए गार्नियर कलर नेचुरल्स और पाइए ₹299 का स्कैल्प मसाजर मुफ्त।
Vivo.
With an IQ close to that of Einstein's, my guest tonight has advanced where no Indian has gone before. To chess lovers of the world, he is a demigod. I am thrilled to have a rendezvous with the Shatranj ka Khiladi, Super Grandmaster Vishwanathan Anand, and the queen who checkmated him, his wife Aruna.
Just let your thoughts, your dreams unfold. Let's talk of love, of tales untold. Speak so I can see your soul. Speak so I can see your soul.
Rishi, it's great to have you here, and you've come all the way from Spain for this rendezvous. I thank you.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
We're both in white, so who's going to make the first move?
Ladies first.
E4,
C5.
knight C3.
I resign.
I don't believe it.
It's too strong.
This is the greatest day of my life.
What have you been learning?
I've been playing a lot on my computer, and I've been following your games.
Okay.
But tell me, when did you first make a move on the chessboard?
I was about 6, and my brother and sister were playing chess. So I asked my mother if she could teach me how to play. And that's pretty much how it all started.
And then by the time you were 8, you were playing in tournaments.
Yes. There was a chess club called the Michael Tal Chess Club, and this was very active in Madras. And pretty soon I played my first tournament.
How did you become so good at it, Vishy?
I enjoyed studying it a lot.
Your father was saying that you were so obsessed with chess that they would dread the chess magazine arriving at home during lunch, because that would mean they wouldn't see you for lunch. You probably wouldn't have food that day.
Yes, this is still true. Still, when I get a magazine, I have to finish it before anything else. Like if I start reading it, then I hate having to eat or do anything else till I finish the magazine.
And you were in the Philippines for some time. Your father was posted there?
Yeah.
And they used to have chess contests or quizzes on television, correct?
Yes. Eventually I got pretty good at those puzzles.
But apparently you got so good that you won all the prizes, and then they said, look, this guy, Vishwanathan Anand, cannot compete because he's taken away all the prizes.
Yes, the prize for every correct solution was a chess book. So at some point they took me to the library and said, take all the books you want and please don't come back.
Don't come back.
Basically, yes.
But I want to know, were you good at everything? Were you good at maths and geography, or was it more chess?
I was a reasonable student. I mean, I wasn't getting close to 100 or anything like that, but it really started to affect me when I was in the 10th standard or thereabouts. But that was because I was already an international master and playing really a lot of chess.
And now, 20 years later, chess critics, the press, the Washington Post, everybody's acclaimed that you're the best player in the world.
I feel like it's come quite naturally. You know, I feel that I've really grown as a chess player in the last 7-8 years. I mean, I was a very strong grandmaster 7 years ago. And now I really feel that I'm playing great chess.
But if you weren't a chess grandmaster, what do you think you would have been?
I don't know. It's difficult to imagine. I guess if I wasn't a chess master, I would try to become a chess master.
I want to talk to you about the Knockout World Championship earlier this year. It's a fact that the seeding was unfair and undemocratic.
Sure.
Karpov was seeded straight into the finals.
Yes. And the rest of us had to start in round 2.
But it really was like Sampras having to play just one match in Wimbledon to defend his title.
Yes, that's exactly right. It would be as if Sampras had been seeded into the final. And also it's a self-perpetuating system. If he's seeded in the final, his chances of winning it against a tired opponent who goes through all the rounds earlier are very high. And if he wins, he gets the right to be seeded again. It's not a very satisfactory system. At the end, we knew one guy was really going to be really unfairly treated by the system, and was me.
People like Kasparov and Kramnik, they refused to play because they felt it was unfair. Why did you agree to such an unfair system?
Well, it was already the second year that we'd gone without a world championship, and if you also wait too long for a world championship, then okay, your skills are getting, you're just waiting. And I felt, okay, something is better than nothing. I hated the situation, but I felt that somehow I had to play.
But Karpov is not world champion in the sense that he's there by default, isn't he?
Well, he's not even really world champion. He was world champion in 1975 because, though he didn't play a match then, even then he got it by default.
Yes.
In fact, he's the first world champion to get the title twice.
By default?
By default. In 1993, it was clear that he became world champion simply because Kasparov withdrew. But he was not the winner of the cycle at that point. And in fact, he should not have been given they should have had a fresh cycle, because it's not like the world champion left, so the next best thing. He was just the most opportune for, and okay, he's got good connections in FIDE. So it was a pretty ridiculous situation.
So tell me, is there a lot of politics in chess as there is in cricket, or more?
I don't know how much there is in cricket, but there's an awful lot in chess.
Is there a lot of rivalry?
Yes, it's pretty intense, just like any sport, I guess.
No, because I remember hearing a story that Napier was asked which was the best game he played, and he said the one I lost to Lasker. Now, today there's so much competition because there's so much money. Would a player be able to say that today, that the best game he played was the one he lost?
There are very few people who do that. Usually it takes a very generous person to say, oh, this was a fantastic game or something. Usually you prefer your own games. I certainly prefer my own games. And no, besides, I think it's a little bit unhealthy to start liking your opponent's games, unless they're really, really artistic, and very few are.
Do you think it's important to inject a degree of animosity during the tournament?
I don't think it's necessary for me. In fact, I find it much easier to play against people whom I have no bad feelings towards. But sometimes it's just necessary. I mean, there is some kind of subtle, warfare going on.
There is.
There is. And,
like how?
Some of the scandals that went on in the Karpov-Korchnoi match. They were quite that match was quite legendary. Karpov decided that he wanted to have some yogurt during the game. And normally this would be a request, you would just say, okay, fine.
Yeah.
But Korchnoi said, no, a yogurt could mean a signal. I mean, if he gets blueberry yogurt at 4 o'clock, this could mean something. And if he gets strawberry yogurt at 6, this could mean offer a draw. So I don't agree with this. So I think like 2 days of negotiations.
Over the yogurt?
Over the yogurt. And finally they said, okay, he can have I think a blueberry yogurt at 6 p.m. and nothing else during the game. Anything else had to be, any other request had to be submitted well in advance.
I don't believe this.
My first match was a very funny incident. My opponent, Drev, him and his second just decided, well, they didn't like the tablecloth. So they said, this tablecloth glitters under the lights and I'm getting disturbed. So they kept changing all the tablecloths for him. So we like a red, we like this thing, flipping it around. At some point I got pretty annoyed with this. So I said, no, I don't like this. So why? I just don't like it. You have to change it as well. So we got stuck. And at some point I just said, okay, this is ridiculous. I don't want to get into this. Okay, just give him whatever tablecloth he wants. And it was quite liberating.
But I remember reading about, I think Kapsky was playing, was it with Adams or Short? And he was coughing quite a lot.
Yes.
Who was it?
With Short.
With Short. And Short said, well, why don't you have some water? And then Kamsky's father came and got him by the scruff of his neck and assaulted him and said, what do you mean by disturbing my son?
Yes, Kamsky's father was an extreme case because he alleged that anybody who passed by his son's board was trying to give a signal one way or the other. So Short and Kamsky are playing over there and I was playing with Adams over here. And it was ridiculous. They wanted to put a partition. So it's normal to walk over and look. But he said, no, if they could be giving him signals, just, whether they come in from the right or they come in from the left. And well, he was a bit of an extreme case. But,
paranoid.
Yeah. The point is, once you've got into this mentality that you're occupying a finite space and any territory you give him you're losing.
Losing.
Once you get into that mentality, then it's just, anything and everything.
Cannot give in
Yeah, you
to
can't.
anything, not to the yogurt, not to the tablecloth, nothing.
I mean, afterwards, suppose you lost the game. There are chess players who spent years afterwards arguing that, you know, had they stood firm on the yogurt, you know, they would have. Yeah, what can I say?
Tell me,
No, you remember the rough position.